I'm going to write that down. Write that down.
And then as you get on down, other words, rejoice.
Rejoice. Yeah. Hey, that's good.
If you look at verse 2, and compare that with 1 Corinthians 10, it is being tried, but you will not allow us to be tempted beyond what is common to man.
That's right.
But he says, when we are tempted, and part of that action too, I think in verse 5, that you provide a way of escape so we can be able to withstand the temptation.
Yep. That's right.
And in 1 Corinthians 10,
100% right. So we should not doubt. That's what you're saying. We should not doubt, because we'll have a way of escaping that, right? So I think it's interesting. Does anybody have the NIV? Anybody have the NIV in here? No? That's okay. I'll read it to you. It says, the NIV says that man should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. That's what that says. If you are doubtful, in verse 7. Verse 6. Yeah, verse 6 and 7. Let him ask in faith with no doubting, for he who doubts is like a wave of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. For not let that man suppose he will receive anything from the Lord, if you're doubtful. So, what did Jesus say about asking God? That's right. Mark 11:24 also says, whatever we ask in prayer, we should believe we'll receive it. Believe. Because, look, all we're doing, the only power we have is to ask. That's the only power we've got. God does the rest. But we have to ask and we have to believe, He'll do it. Yeah. Yep. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what helps get rid of doubt. Study. Showing yourself approved. Studying. That's what helps us get rid of doubt. Were you going to say something, Sam? Were you about to say something?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, another thing when we ask the Lord for something, part of not doubting is to know that He will give it to us, because the storehouse of His resources has no limit.
That's got no limit, yeah.
The blessings, all blessings.
Yeah.
His storehouse has no limit.
That's right. And don't get me wrong, that don't mean you're going to get everything you ask for, right? Everything we ask for, that doesn't mean we're going to get it. He's specifically talking about wisdom here, but when it comes to prayer, we ask for things. God gives us what we need. He don't always give us what we ask for. We talked about this last week too. I remember praying hard for stuff, and God said no. And it was for my benefit. I couldn't see 10 years down the road. God could, though.
Also, He wants us to be aware that in 1 John chapter 5, 15 to 17 or 18, that He said if we should ask for things according to His will. Now, we ask for things outside His will.
Yes.
We expect not to receive it. But if according to His will,
we'll
receive it, because according to His will, that will glorify Him.
Yeah, that's right.
Thing that will glorify Him, especially when we go back and tell Him thanks. Like the one leper, where Jesus healed 10 lepers, and one came back and said thanks.
Yeah.
And he glorified God.
Yep.
So we ask God, what I account is in Luke 17.
Yep.
When we ask God according to His will, we thank Him, that can glorify Him.
That's right.
And
because that's why we're here, to glorify God, right? And everything we do should be to His glory, like you just said.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we're going to get into glorifying God here in just a minute. But yes, absolutely right, Sam. You're absolutely right.
It will go to created us for his glory.
Yeah.
And, but we have sinned and fallen short of his glory.
Yeah.
Romans 3:23.
Yeah. We've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, right? Yeah, that's right. So, James goes on those couple of verses. James goes on to say, let not that man suppose he will receive anything from the Lord. He is a double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. I love that. I love that phrase, double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. That means that you're actually trying to serve two masters here. You're not serving God. You're serving yourself and God, basically. You're double-minded. I love that. You know, back when I was on Facebook a long time ago, I remember a preacher. Now, this is a joke, but I remember a preacher. He had said he pulled up to a four-way stop, and everybody was stopped. Nobody was going. You know, so he started to go, and somebody else went. He said, look, if you pull up to a four-way stop, and it's your turn to go, go. If you don't, you're double-minded, unstable in all your ways. And I just thought that was hilarious. Because you know, in a way, he's right. I mean, if it's your turn, you have the right. You go. You know, we have the right to ask God. He's told us, ask him. Ask and you'll receive. We have the right to ask God these things.
I could look at those squirrels when you're driving and
They go.
because sometimes we don't know which way.
Yeah,
We go back our old way.
yeah. That's right. That's right. Just go. Just go. Yeah, them squirrels, they'll run out. I remember Clint doing a Devo on that one time. He ran out in front of you, then I run back, and then I run back out, and next thing you know, it's ran over. No, but yeah, that's good. That's a good one. But yeah, double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. If you're trying to serve two masters, you know, you're not serving God. You know, you're not glorifying God. You're trying to serve yourself and God, whether you intentionally do it or not. You know, whether that's your intention, that's what's happening. Don't be double-minded. Don't be doubtful. You know, I understand. You know, it's hard sometimes to ask in confidence, without doubt. You know, it can be difficult. But like I said a minute ago, all we have the power to do is ask. We don't have the power to grant anything. God does. God is the creator of the universe. The power is in his hands. And if, like Sam said, if the request is to glorify God, then you can just about bet it'll be granted. You know, and of course James is he's talking about asking for all of our prayer life, to all of our Christians. You know, in our Christian life we should have no doubts. You know, if you doubt in your prayer for wisdom, you'll doubt and have instability in other doubt, or you can doubt religion, have one or the other.